Our G pitchers scattering report. It has been a long wait for Jabba Chamberlain since that start against the Mets. 5 walks in 4 innings, 100 pitches, and he's the king of no decisions. 16 no decisions in 25 starts, not getting deep enough into ball games to rack up some decisions. And John Lannon, Jabba Chamberlain can learn a little bit of something about last night's starter for the Nationals. John Lannon worked quickly, threw a lot of strikes, attacked the strike zone. Jabba Chamberlain could learn from watching his effort last night.
Now, rain delays are not an official stat held by the Elias Sports Bureau, but as far as our research shows, the longest rain delay for a game that was then played was 5 hours and 45 minutes. That was between the Reds and the Brewers on October 3rd, 1999. So when the first pitch is thrown here, it will be under that, and it will be about 5.5 hours. So 5.5 hours of rain, and we have a matinee turn into a night game. Christian Guzman's ready. So is Chamberlain. Let's do it. And the first pitch is upstairs, 1-0. We're underway. And the 1-0. Missed outside, 2-0.
Jabba Chamberlain has had a long time in between starts since that rough start against the Mets. Has a long time today to think about this start, that long rain delay.
And that one is passed to Sheriff and into right field, a base hit for Guzman. Well, let's take a look at the Yankees defense, brought to you by Home Depot. In the outfield, you've got Damon, Gardner, and Swisher as Cabrera gets the day off. Rodriguez, Pena, Cano, and Teixeira. Pena's second consecutive start at short, so Jeter has another day off. Cervelli behind the plate. Chamberlain on the mound. Odd seeing a ball get by Mark Teixeira. That's a ball that he usually makes.
You're right, Michael. I was thinking the same thing. Going to his right, you get spoiled every day watching Mark Teixeira play first base. Gold Glover over there. This ball just eats him up a little bit. Players had a long time in the clubhouses thinking about how to get ready. Are you going to play? Or are you not going to play?
Nick Johnson. And that one's knocked down by Teixeira. He'll get the out at first. Throw to first. It's a double play. It wasn't pretty, but it got done. 3-6-1 double play. Another
hot shot. Nick Johnson centers this. Teixeira going to his right, knocks it down. A good throw to Pena, over to Jabba Chamberlain. Nick Johnson has had his injury problems. A broken leg, does not run very well, and the Yankees take advantage. Nice job by Jabba getting over there and covering the bag. Another hot shot. Jabba, good reactions off the mound. You find first base with your foot. A little 3-6-1 double play.
He had a hard time finding it, but he finally did. And here is Ryan Zimmerman. Pitch is high. Now, obviously, a 5.5 hour rain delay, you say, well, is that fair to the fans? And obviously, people that have tickets, it's not fair because you don't want to go home and fear that the game is going to be played. A lot of people did hang around. I'd say there's maybe over 10,000 in the ballpark. But this is a Major League Baseball decision. That one is wrapped to left field. Going back is Damon. It's going to be off the wall. Zimmerman rounds first. He's going to go to second with a 2-out double.
Jabba Chamberlain has faced 3 batters, and they've all centered his fastball and hit the ball hard. Zimmerman gets a fastball up, middle of the plate, nice extension. If you're Jabba Chamberlain, you're lucky that this ball stayed in the park. Having trouble with location on the fastball, getting behind in the count. Zimmerman made him pay. Johnny Damon does a nice job playing it off the wall. A strong throw in the second base. Zimmerman in there easily.
Anyway, to finish the point about the rain delay, it's the Nationals' last time into Yankee Stadium this year, the last time these two teams will meet. This is an umpire's decision. This is a Major League Baseball decision. This is not a Yankee decision, which would be the knee-jerk reaction, is that the Yankees kept people here, and that wasn't the case. They're trying to figure out when these two teams could make this up, and the only common off day is this coming Monday. And that would be in the middle of a Yankee road trip where they'd have to play a night game on Sunday against the Marlins. And then Tuesday, they would have to fly back to Atlanta. So they didn't want to do that. They waited about 5.5 hours. The 1-0. 1-1.
"18 home runs for Adam Dunn. Hit a long one last night. A 3-0 fastball from Chien-Ming Wang, and obviously got the green light. Yankees will pay attention to that. Get in that situation again, you just make sure you don't throw a cookie right down the middle."
There's a strike.
This was last night, a 3-0 count. Chien-Ming Wang was throwing the ball well. He just came in there and later said he didn't think Dunn was going to swing. Well, obviously he did. Hit it a long way. Home run number 18.
Count 1-2. And the pitch. That one gets away from Posada. I'm curious, John. I don't know if you've ever been part of a rain delay this long. What do? Do you eat in the clubhouse? Because you got to be worried about eating too much and then playing, right?
You know what? For 5.5 hours, Michael, you pretty much do everything. You eat, you sleep, you probably work out, you go to the batting cage, you watch some video, you do anything you can. You sleep. You try to do what you can to kind of waste some time. And, you know, luckily for the players, they found out at about 5:30 that the game was going to start at 6:30. Plenty of time to get ready and get your game face on.
2-2 is ripped down the right field line. It's a base hit. Zimmerman rounds third. He'll score. Dunn's going to second. The throw from Swisher is not in time. It's an RBI double for Adam Dunn, and the Nationals lead 1-0.
Well, good news for the Yankees. Jabba Chamberlain is throwing strikes tonight. Bad news, he's getting hit pretty hard with everything that's over the plate. Ball misses off the plate. A slider down and in. Good pitch. Another fastball for a strike. Another slider down and in. He goes to another one and doesn't get it to the spot. And Adam Dunn just clears him out, hooks it down the right field line, and the Nationals are on the board. Looks like we got a flat fastball from Jabba, and that slider right there was a roller. See if he can get himself straightened out.
And the pitch to Kearns is outside. Cervelli is getting this start. Day game after a night game. And Jabba looks like he had really shaken off his first inning struggles, but he's been hit hard by every single batter in this inning. The 1-0. There's a breaking ball for a strike.
Yeah, good pitch on a 1-0 count. But, you know, last night we paid attention to Chien-Ming Wang, Michael. You know, is there sink? Is there velocity? It's pretty much the same story with Jabba Chamberlain. The first inning, you look for the velocity. It looks like it's in the low 90s. Fastball is pretty straight. With the 90-mile and 91-mile-an-hour fastball, you're going to have to hit the corners. He hasn't done that so far in the first.
There's a strike.
Perfect there at first. Really, really good fastball located on the outer half and down.
There's allowed 12 first inning runs in 13 starts this year, but you throw pitches like that, and he got a little bit of a break from the home plate umpire Larry Vanover, you will not give up that many first inning runs. So Dunn, who picked up his 47th ribby, he's at second. And the 1-2. Strike three. Austin Kearns is down looking. But the Nationals score 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Fastball that tailed back over after a rain delay of 5:26, 1-0 Nationals. Where are they going? The Yankees have just invited them, all of them, down to the main level And that's where they're headed. They said, hey, listen, you've been such great sports hanging there all day, so come watch the game from your main level seats. And everybody took off and headed down, so they'll get a little bit of a closer look at the game today. He had a bad seat. He's got a long walk to get to a good seat, but a nice gesture by the Yankees as a 5-hour and 26-minute rain delay. Those are some hardy fans, John, to hang in that long.
Well, you're right. You talk about the players sitting in a nice, beautiful clubhouse for 5.5 hours. Fans out in the elements underneath the concourses. Had something to drink, something to eat. That's a long time, 5.5 hours to hang in there. They get rewarded with some better seats.
Well, the Nationals have taken the field. They have a 1-0 lead. Let's take a look at the Yankee lineup that will try to make that up. Brett Gardner's in center field leading off, batting second and playing left. Johnny Damon, Mark Teixeira at first. Alex Rodriguez at third. Robinson Cano, a 500 hitter in his last 5 games. He'll bat fifth, batting sixth. Nick Swisher's he's in right. Hideki Matsui DHs. Cervelli will catch, and Ramiro Pena plays shortstop and bats ninth.
The Yankees had a lot of time to watch video on Craig Stammen, about 5.5 hours. It's going to be his 6th start. He does not have a win yet. The ERA 5.86. Take a look at our G pitcher scouting report. He is looking for his first major league win. Pretty much has standard stuff: fastball, slider, changeup, and he is a Dayton Flyer. Actually, an academic all-conference Atlantic 10 at Dayton. That would impress you, Michael, the academic all-conference.
And you as well, because you went to George Washington on that academic scholarship.
In the Atlantic 10.
Yeah.
So a little competition with the academics there.
Hot shot, base hit for Brett Gardner. Let's take a look at the Nationals' defense, which is brought to you by our good friends at the Home Depot. Harris, Patterson, and Kearns. That's left to right in the outfield. Zimmerman, Guzman, Hernandez, and Johnson at first. Johnson has 7 errors at first base, most in the National League. Nieves behind the plate, and Stammen is on the mound.
Will Nieves behind the plate. He better be ready. We saw Brett Gardner last night come in and steal second and third. Figure he's going to be on the move soon.
A lot of discussion before the game, about, I'd say, 11 o'clock this morning when Joe Girardi met with the media. Why didn't Alex Rodriguez steal in the 9th inning yesterday? There were runners on first and third with 1 man out. The 1-0. Outside 2-0. Because the thinking is if he steals second, if they throw through, Gardner's going to steal home. If they don't throw through, then you eliminate the double play. Joe Girardi said he was afraid of a line drive double play. And he also liked the idea of the runner being held on at first, opening up a hole on the right side. There's a ground ball right side, grabbed there by Hernandez. Nice play, takes a base hit away from Damon as Gardner moves to second.
Well, Johnny Damon is trying to shoot that hole. Hernandez does a nice job going to his left, the only play he has to get Johnny Damon at first base. A veteran hitter trying to take advantage of the defensive alignment. Takes a shot, doesn't get away with it. Well, you talk about Alex not running last night and the last play of the game, the double play by Robinson Cano. My feeling, if you were Joe Girardi and you had a runner on third base with less than 2 outs, what hitter in the Yankee lineup would you want up there? It would have been Robinson Cano. He's been your hottest hitter. He was in a great situation to drive in a run. McDougal made a big pitch and got the ground ball double play.
Now, the flip side of that, John, and the arguing point for some fans, well, Cano is a double play guy. I think he leads the team in double play, so why wouldn't you eliminate that possibility?
And I agree with that, except for the fact that he has been the hottest hitter on this Yankee team the last couple of days. I mean, he had 4 hits the other night, hit a home run in last night's ball game.
High fly ball, left center. Harris is there for the second out.
I'd like to add one more thing on that, too. I mean, people have brought up the point, if Alex Rodriguez steals second, they're not going to go through because Gardner will steal home in return. I don't necessarily agree. I mean, the Nationals could set up a defensive play where they throw to the shortstop. He comes in trying to nail Gardner at home plate. I mean, it's not just a given that they're going to concede Alex going to second and let Gardner steal. I mean, if he gets thrown out at home plate, then everybody's questioning why you were so aggressive when Robinson Cano, your hottest hitter, was up there.
It's a fascinating discussion because also if you steal, right, and there's runners on second and third, they have to bring the infield in, or they intentionally walk Cano,
right.
And then you have Posada up with the bases loaded, which is also not a bad thing to have. A lot of things going on there. That's why I love when people say, well, baseball's boring, nothing happens. Well, there's something happening all the time. There's so many permutations of every single move, which make it so fascinating, especially if you really know the game. And, you know, Joe elected to keep Alex right there. And you know what? It didn't work because Cano hit the ball hard, but right at the shortstop for a game-ending 6-4-3 double play. The 0-1. 1-1.
And just to add on to that, watching Alex Rodriguez take his lead off of first base last night after the walk, he did not have any interest in stealing second. He was leaning back towards first, kind of in a defensive lead, so he didn't give his manager any indication that he was ready to steal a bag either. Just didn't work out. Your hottest hitter hit a ball hard, but hit it on the ground right at the shortstop. Thought this might be a nice day for Alex Rodriguez to take a day off. He's been in the lineup every day since coming back from the hip surgery off the disabled list. Day game after a night game that has actually now turned into an evening game after a night game.
The 2-1. IOTV offers you incredible HD picture and sound. HD is free with IOTV, the official HD service provider of Yankees baseball on Yes. Yankees are 8-1 this year in rubber games of series, and that's exactly what this is. Grounded foul. You know, the one bad thing about this long delay, John, the Yankees are traveling to Miami after this game. They start a series against the Marlins this weekend. I had such big plans down at South Beach, hanging with all the beautiful people. Now that's not going to happen. That can't happen.
Well, you can hang with the beautiful people. It's just not going to be in South Beach.
That's not too beautiful, that mud.
One of the greatest words ever, mud.
You like mud?
I like mud.
It's almost an onomatopoeia. You say mud, and you can see mud when you say it. Like whoosh.
It's my daughter's poetry quiz right there.
I like mud.
No, I don't want to be.
The 3-2 swung on and missed, and Alex Rodriguez strikes out. In the first inning, no runs ahead, no errors, and one man left on base. We played one inning here at the stadium. The Nationals won, and the New York Yankees nothing. Verizon Fios, over 100 HD channels and the fastest internet. This is Fios. This is big. Andy Pettit goes for the Yankees, 6-3, 4.52. Sean West will go for the Marlins, 3-1 with a 3 ERA. Our coverage will begin at 6:30 right here on the Yes Network. Some hardy souls say, you know what? We're staying in the bleachers. Yankees, Nice play by Cervelli. He gets a good jump, full body dive, and holds on.
Well, Tony Pena told me he actually, Jorge Posada gets a kick out of it. Tony said he's got to work Cervelli in between his starts because he has so much energy, and you see a little bit of it here. Actually over dives a little bit, maybe didn't have to lay out. I'm sure his teammates are going to give him a hard time about that, but still a nice play. Little snow cone, holds on with the throwing hand. Posada gets a chuckle. That'll be addressed in the clubhouse.
That might be a fine.
A little false hustle, maybe. Could have camped underneath it, but you lay out.
Willie Harris takes pits low. Anyway, if you just joined us, 5-hour and 26-minute rain delay, and once the game began, the Yankees announced that all the fans could move down to the field and main seats, and many of them did, but some people in the bleachers are true to their school, and they stay out in the bleachers and kind of got the bleachers all to themselves. There's a strike. Ground ball up the middle, Cano. And that's become his patented play. Goes up the middle, backhands, fires across the body, has such a good arm, 2 away. Now Cervelli's catching Jabba, and you know, we talked about that full body dive. He might have learned it from Jabba, John.
Kelly Shopik bunting and the little leap up in the air a long time. Jabba Chamberlain comes up firing to second base, gets a double play. He pumped up. Same type of reaction in the dugout from his teammates.
No, I would think Jabba really had a dive there. I mean, that was a legitimate great play.
But the problem is he didn't dive straight ahead. He dove up.
Another bunt right back to Jabba. And that'll do it. A 1-2-3 inning for the Nationals as they go down in order. And one of the three is Cervelli's diving catch of a Corey Patterson bunt. And Posada has a big laugh as we go to the bottom of the second. Tonight's big G moment. Nick Johnson at the plate. Hot shot to first. Beautiful play by Teixeira. He tried to turn it into two. He could not. But it is our G moment. So we go to the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Cano, Swisher, and Matsui against Craig Stemmen. Cano ended yesterday's game with that double play, but 10 for his last 20. Oh, what a play by Anderson Hernandez. taking a base hit away from Cano.
Well, Robinson Cano has gone up to the plate in this series. He's been very aggressive. First thing he sees, a fastball, lines it. But a nice diving play from Hernandez going to his right.
Freeze it on our Coors Light Freeze Cam.
5.5 hours in the clubhouse. We get guys diving all over the place tonight.
Here's Nick Swisher. He is 0 for his last 15. And there's a strike. 46 walks this season. That leads the team. That's why his on-base percentage close to 400. That one is skied to left field. Willie Harris is there. Two-way. I'm wondering, John, when there's been that long of a rain delay and you know you have to get on a flight close to 3 hours, is there that mindset, I'm not going to work the count the way I have in the past? Well, even though it's not conscious?
Yeah, it almost feels like the last game of a spring training season where you're going up there just swinging the bats, looking forward to getting up north. And, you know, you got to give both pitchers credit. They're throwing strikes, so that kind of dictates the action. But you definitely feel like the hitter's aggressive, trying to put the ball in play. Make some good pitches early in the count. You're going to get some easy outs if you're Jabba Chamberlain and Craig Stammen.
Ground ball softly to second base. Hernandez. And a 1-2-3 inning, and he did it in 5 pitches. And one of the reasons is great play by Anderson Hernandez. A line drive by Cano. That was the first out. After that, it was easy. Hey, it's time for the Toyota text poll. Tonight's question is, did Chien-Ming Wang pitch well enough last night to remain in the rotation? You can text your vote to 58772. Standard text messaging rates apply. This one's easy. 1 yes, 2 no. I vote 1. Ground ball right back to Chamberlain. And Anderson Hernandez is retired 1-3. On the Modell's scoreboard, it's 1-0 Nationals. Modell's the official sporting goods retailer of the New York Yankees. Well, so far they're playing this game as if they're double parked, swinging at the first pitch. A lot of bunt attempts, at least on the National side. Some good defense, which is strange when you've been sitting around as long as you have. Here's Christian Guzman. And there's a strike. 4 of the first 9 National hitters made an out on the first pitch, which is good news for Jabba, who's throwing strikes.
Yeah, especially coming off his last outing against the Mets with all those walks in only 4 innings.
Tap slowly, third base side. And Guzman beats it out. Once it got past the mound, it was going to be a very tough play. So Alex cut in front of Pena, couldn't make the play.
You know, Alex does a nice job getting to it, but then he's got to turn his body and try to get off a strong throw, and Guzman just runs too well. A changeup just slapped the other way. Tough body position for Alex to really get a good strong throw off.
Scored a single, of course, so Guzman is 2 for 2.
But good signs, Michael, for Jabba. At least he's pounding the strike zone. I talked about watching John Lannon last night, who doesn't have nearly the stuff that Jabba does, but works quickly, throws strikes.
Runner goes from second in time. A good scoop by Pena. Second out.
Cervelli does a nice job getting rid of this ball, but the play is made by Ramiro Pena at shortstop. See, Jabba does a nice job being quick to the plate. Watch him come up and scoop and then apply the tag. You're a catcher, you love this. It's a low throw, a little lawn dart, and a great pick and a tag by Ramiro Pena. Glove right in front of the foot, outstanding.
And for people to realize the difficulty of that, in a short hop, when you make the catch, your glove is going to automatically go up from the momentum of the ball, and he stopped that momentum quickly and brought it right back down. Great play by Pena. The 0-2. 1-2.
We need to point out last night Jorge Posada made a perfect throw and Pena didn't come up with it. He makes up for it right there. A nice short hop scoop, and then you apply the tag. Nice play.
And the 1-2. Still 1-2.
Take a look at our scouting report on Nick Johnson, where it all began. He was drafted in the 3rd round by the Yankees from Sacramento, and he's all the way back from a broken leg, some wrist problems, and he might be the piece of a puzzle for some contending team down the stretch. The Nationals might be looking to move him.
Swing and a miss. And Johnson strikes out. An 8-pitch inning for Chamberlain. A nice play by Pena. So Jabba just faced a minimum 3. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Yankee Stadium. Seats and other memorabilia now on sale at Yankees.com. All items come with a Yankee Steiner letter of authenticity. For more information and to purchase original Yankee Stadium seats and other collectibles, visit Yankees.com today and click the Shop tab.
When you're watching Tony Pena, the bench coach and catching instructor, he talked about Cervelli. He's got to do so much work with him in between starts because of his energy level. If he didn't, he's bouncing off the walls in some of these games that he's playing.
Cervelli skies one to right center. Austin Kearns goes back and makes the play. 1 down. It's 1-0 Nationals on the Modell scoreboard, the official sporting goods retailer of the Yankees. Here is Ramiro Pena. You know, sometimes a team is at loggerheads for what works for the future of the kid and what works for the present in the organization. And I think the Yankees have to deal with that with three different players on this team: Brett Gardner, Ramiro Pena, and Francisco Cervelli. They'd like them to continue their growth playing every day in the minor leagues, but they say, you know what? It's important for this team to win now to have these players up here, and they're trading that for what might be better players a little bit later on, but I guess they think they can make up that time. As Pena grounds out.
It's a tough situation, I guess, if you're the organization on what's best for the player and for the team. Brett Gardner's not going anywhere. I mean, Joe Girardi has already shown us when he doesn't start, he loves him pinch running, and that's a valuable weapon late in ball games, especially tight playoff-type ball games. Cervelli has brought so much energy to this team. Jose Molina fighting his way back from the disabled list. It's going to be an interesting decision for the organization. We talked about Gardner, how he reminds us of Homer Bush back in those teams in the late 90s. A valuable weapon coming off the bench. And, you know, he's doing a nice job also hitting 280 now, 281. A couple of home runs. Melky Cabrera has kind of slowed down a little bit. We'll pay attention as the season goes on. Still that healthy competition in center field for playing time. Not a bad situation to have on a ball club.
Joe Girardi actually said today that he wants to play Gardner a lot more than he's been playing him. He said he actually started slowly and Melky got the job. He said, but he's played very well since then, and I want to get him more time. He really is a different component for the Yankees, a component that they have not had that much of late.
And in these stolen bases, I mean, he did it right away. First pitch, you know he's running, and then the real aggressive play, going for third. You have to make sure you get there. He gets there without a throw. I spoke to it last night. I mean, I've been on the other end of this, being the catcher for an opposing team. When Homer Bush came in there, there was pressure. You knew he was going. The whole stadium got excited about it. It's a valuable weapon late in the ball game.
Grounded toward first base. Nick Johnson will beat Gardner to the bag, and that will do it. As the Yankees go down in order, boy, these innings are flying by. A 9-pitch inning for Stammen. Now it's Taba's turn. 1-0 Nats. Quiz on this date in 05, Derek Jeter hit his first and only grand slam of his career. Off whom did he hit it? Remember that, John?
I should know this one.
Breaking ball is outside to Ryan Zimmerman. Count 0-1. Well, they call that a strike on the outside corner. No, we have it as a ball. The scoreboard at the stadium has it as a strike. Now, okay, now it's 0-1. We're all together. Count now 1-1.
Jaba's fastball is getting better. He started out 90-91, now hitting 94 in the 4th inning. And it's been a common trend for him. Some games he comes out in the 1st with good velocity. Other games he has to work up to it.
Ground ball and through for a base hit. So Zimmerman is 2 for 2.
Zimmerman hammered a fastball to left field off the left field wall. His first at bat. Does a nice job with the slider. Stays right on it. Hands inside the ball. Look, it was up. Not great location. Slaps it the other way. Nice piece of hitting. It's the reason he's hitting over 300. Pulled the ball to left at the off-speed pitch to right.
Here's Adam Dunn. He drove home Zimmerman with a double to right field. Pitch outside.
Been watching Adam Dunn for a couple of days here, the 3rd game of the series, and the Yankees really have not pitched him inside and up above the hands. It's always a spot you could get Adam Dunn. You could tie him up in there, obviously a big man. They've kind of tried to stay away from him, throw some breaking balls down and in.
Strike on the outside corner.
Good changeup there from Java Chamberlain. There's going to be a throw over from Jaba. It's a sign, that little thumb over to first base. And Zimmerman does not have a stolen base this year. The Nationals really not a running club, although they're National League. Not very aggressive on the bases.
Check swing.
It's like Cervelli was listening there, Michael. First time we've seen a fastball up and in. Nice location. You get a little check swing. You want a pitch done up and in to down and away. Nice little check swing. Ties him up. Now you have some options. You can go a little higher. Go for a slider down and in. Maybe a change up down and away. Nice pitch. Nice call. Nice location.
Way outside. Manny Acta. Job still on the line. Maybe a little bit of a respite last night, or a reprieve after he wins a tight game against the Yankees, 3-2. He is on a day-by-day job security level,
which I kind of scratch my head at for Manny Acta. I mean, he's got a young rotation. He has a bullpen that's not very good. He doesn't really have a closer out there. And he's got an offense that's pretty much middle of the pack. He has some guys to hit some home runs, but you don't expect it to get much better.
Count 3-2. Only his 3rd season as a Nationals manager, and it hasn't been good. But you know what? He hasn't had a good team. It's really hard to judge how a manager does when he doesn't have that much talent. And their biggest weakness is obviously their pitching. 3-2. And Adam Dunn walks. So things slow down here in the 4th inning as the Nationals have runners on first and second, nobody out. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by your tri-state area Audi dealers. Audi, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Yankees. First and second, nobody out. Here's Austin Kearns. Called that one a strike. Austin has really been struggling of late. He is 10 for his last 71.
Batting average right at 200. He's battled some injuries, a stress fracture of his left foot, some bone chips removed from his elbow.
Another strike count on 2.
And he was the guy with the Cincinnati Reds, had some serious power, especially the other way. Nice combination for Jabba Chamberlain. A slider away, follows it up with a fastball on the inside corner. Looking to pick up a big strikeout here.
The 0-2 just missed inside.
Get another look at it. Home plate umpire Larry Vanover. Ooh, that's a tough pitch to take. 0-2. Jabba doesn't get the call. Even though he didn't get the call, you probably set up a slider here if you're Jabba Chamberlain. You've thrown 2 fastballs inside. Could go for the strikeout down and away.
Kearns has not had an RBI since May 7th. So it's been a long haul for him.
It's part of the problem for Manny Acta. I mean, we're just talking about his ball club. A young rotation. Bullpen isn't great. You got veterans like Austin Kearns making $8 million a year, and he's having a tough year, been banged up. There's only so much the manager can do.
Ground ball right to Teixeira. He goes to second one. On to first. Not in time. For some reason, Teixeira's having a tough time at first base tonight. Keeps looking down at the ground. Maybe the dirt, although covered with a tarp, maybe it's a little bit damp. He's not getting the hop he wants.
It almost seems like he's not picking the ball up. And right there, you saw Dunn go right in front of him, screened him a little bit, so he didn't get a good look at the ball coming off the grass. Kearns hits it pretty well right at Dunn, who blocked Mark Teixeira. Did a nice job sticking with it. That little hesitation caused the Yankees to not be able to turn the double play.
I've always wondered this, John. Although the infield is covered, is there a different consistency to the dirt when it's rained all day?
The tarp was on the field all day, so this, the infield should be dry. I mean, it shouldn't be an issue at all.
It's not damp at all because of the tarp being on it all day?
No. They drag the water all the way off the top into left field, and then they drain it out in the outfield, and the drainage facility here is spectacular. This is where all the water ended up, right down in here. You can see it's drained off this field. I just think, Mark, I don't know if it's that there are no fans in the stands tonight. It looks like he's not getting a good read off the bat for some reason. That ground ball blocked out by Adam Dunn.
Yeah, maybe you get a little bit of a different depth perception because you're always used to having this place full. But here he'll get blocked. I think that was his problem. I'll keep the glove down. I'll get it down quickly in order to make that play. The 0-2, swung on and missed. Patterson strikes out. 2 away.
Good old-fashioned hard ball from Jabba Chamberlain. You get 0-2, you don't play any games. You go right at Patterson. Good velocity, good life, great location. Cervelli likes it, gives a little fist pump. A big second out. No playing around there, just fastball power.
Here's Willie Harris. Count 1-0. Zimmerman at third. Kearns is at first. 2 outs. We're in the top of the 4th inning. 1-0. Nationals. Count 2-0.
See what Java does here. 2-0 behind in the count with Harris hitting a left-handed swinger. Nieves on deck. You got to assume Java's going to come right at him with a fastball away. Challenge him in this situation early in the game in the fourth.
Count 3-0. .50 pitches for Chamberlain. He had 100 after 4 innings against the Mets in his last start. And Willie Harris walks, and that's going to load the bases. That's Jaba's second walk of the game and of the inning. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the aforementioned New York Yankees.
Will Nieves did not play in last night's ball game, but had a base hit off of CC Sabathia in the opening game of the series, and had a nice at bat against Sabathia. Really battled him, went the other way. Good pitch, a nice slider from Java Chamberlain. If you were going to have a scouting report on Will Nieves, it would be he's hunting the fastball early. If he gets behind in the count, he's going to sit on an off-speed pitch and try to drive it the other way. Java remembering that, a first pitch slider and a swing and a miss. Larry Vanover, the home plate umpire, he's showing us that if you don't hit the glove, he's not going to call it, because Francisco Cervelli set up on the inner half and the ball ended up middle of the plate, and because Cervelli had to move, Larry Vanover did not give him the call. It looked like that pitch was pretty close. Could have been called a strike.
1-1. There's a breaking ball strike, and the count 1-2.
And again, you see Cervelli setting up. He's off the plate, and that ball probably maybe catches a corner, maybe a little bit out. But since he centered Cervelli with the pitch, he got the call.
One-two, outside. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Nationals lead 1-0.
Java and Cervelli trying to get on the same page. I mentioned the scouting report. Breaking balls early. You could jam Nieves late with a fastball if you want to. If you throw a slider, it better be off the plate because he's probably thinking middle away.
And it's 3-2. Everybody's going to be going. Bases loaded, 2 outs, a 3-2 count.
Java likes to throw that slider 3-2. He's thrown a couple of them in a row here. See if he has confidence with that breaking ball to throw it for a strike on a 3-2 count.
And the pitch. A little bit low. That's going to force in a run. So 3 walks in the inning for Chamberlain. Coming home is Zimmerman. Coming out and talking to Chamberlain is Island, and it's 2-0 Nats.
Take a look at the pitch by pitch. A first pitch slider, a swing and a miss. Outstanding. Fastball could have been called a strike. It was not. Slider, strike 2. Slider misses. Another slider down and away. Nice block. And then a fastball down. Nieves again. 2 times in this series has had quality at bats. One a base hit. This one a base on balls. Down in the order, and a walk to Willie Harris on 4 straight, and a walk to Will Nieves. It's not what you want to do with the 7, 8 spots in the order.
Here's a 9 spot, Anderson Hernandez. And the pitch is low. And the way the Yankees have struggled offensively in this series, not a good idea to give up too many.
You know Job is trying to throw strikes, but you got to get that mentality. You can overpower the bottom half of this lineup by pounding that strike zone. The velocity has risen here in the 3rd and 4th inning. Be aggressive attack.
And a strike. Austin Kearns, Willie Harris, and Will Nieves. And Chamberlain is about to throw his 30th pitch of the inning and his 60th pitch of the game. Count 1-2.
Good fastball right on the outer half, located perfectly.
And the pitch. Count 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded, and the Nationals lead by 2. It's been more or less a no contact inning. 1 hit, 3 walks, 1 run in. And there's a strikeout thrown in there as well. And another one. Slider diving down and in as Anderson Hernandez swings and misses, and that's going to do it for the Nats. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and the bases are left loaded. Long inning for Chamberlain. We go to the bottom of the 4th. In 05, Derek Jeter hit his first and only grand slam of his career. Off whom did he hit it? Joe Borowski, the closer for the Cubs. And that was at the old stadium. There's Teixeira flied out to the left against Stammen in the first inning. Hot shot and a base hit down the right field line. It kicks off the stands, fielded out there by Kearns, and Kearns will hold Teixeira to a single, and that extends Teixeira's hitting streak to a modest 4 straight.
Well, the only way you can keep this ball fair if you're Mark Teixeira, it's down and away. You got to have that bat head coming right back towards the pitcher and stay through the zone, which he did. He's out in front, but watch the bat head going out towards the pitcher. And you hook it right down the right field line. If you come out of the zone quick, you're going to pull it foul, hit it off the end of the bat. Nice extension for Mark Teixeira. Take a look in the super slow-mo. Make contact and finish through back towards the pitcher.
Here's Alex Rodriguez really struggling. 2 for his last 18. That one is driven deep to right center field. And out there is Patterson. He makes the catch for the second out. Let's talk about Alex, John. He's now 4 for his last 37. Is he going through end of spring training kind of flat peak, a little bit of a dead spot?
Like I said, I thought he might have a day off today, but he didn't get it. He's telling Joe Girardi he feels fine. He's in the lineup. He looks like he's caught in between at the plate. I mean, he was late on that fastball there. We're not talking big-time velocity, upper 80s, low 90s. And then he's out in front of the off-speed pitch. That tells me he's not getting his front foot down, recognizing the pitch, and then attacking.
You know what's amazing to me, John? He missed 28 days, 28 games because of the hip surgery. And I remember when he was about to come back, they talked about, well, he might be able to play 5, 6 games a week. He has not missed 1 day since he came off the DL. Not one. I think he DH'd once. So he's played in the field every single day and been in every single game and DH'd once. Amazing. And I think you always have to watch when you ask players, do they need a day off? A player's never going to say, I need a day off.
No, it's like coming out to a pitcher in the, in the 7th inning. How do you feel? Can you go? Yeah, I can go. I want to get this guy. He's my batter. Same thing with Alex Rodriguez. When Joe Girardi asks him how he feels, he's going to say, I'm ready. I can help your club. He knows how important he is to this team. He knows he's protecting Mark Teixeira. And when he's in there and not hitting, he's a valuable piece.
Maybe a good day to give him off would be Sunday or Tuesday, because Monday's an off day. And if you can get him 2 days in a row just to take a breath and recharge, again, it's almost inconceivable that he has not wanted a day off since coming back from the surgery.
Yeah, it seems like Joe Girardi's going to have to kind of dictate the action on this one and say, listen, you're getting 2 days off, like you said, the day off and day before, regroup.
I came out of the gate fast. Obviously, the home run on his first pitch. But, he compiled 9 home runs in a hurry as well, but he is really flattened out.
Yeah, he doesn't have that pitch recognition and then you attack right now. It's kind of like the swing is all one piece. The front foot goes down and the swing is following. And that'll cause you to be late on the fastball and ahead of the slider or the off-speed pitches. It's nothing he's not going to work out, just going through a tough time right now.
3-1. Ground ball, diving stop by Zimmerman. Goes the short way, they get the force. And that'll do it for the Yankees in the 4th inning. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We played 4 at the stadium. This ground ball by Cano ended the bottom of the 4th inning. And with the end of the 4th, the Yankees are trailing this one 2-0 on Yes. Thank you, Robert. Here in the top of the fifth inning, it's 2-0 Nationals on the Lexus scoreboard. And the first pitch to Guzman was a breaking ball inside, 1-0. That one's fouled away, 1-1.
Bob Lorenz and all the guys in the studio had a long day hanging in there, battling. Love it. Bob probably went home for 5 hours and then came back.
I think he actually lives, right next door to the studio. Right? Big house. Nice. There's a strike, count 1-2. And the pitch. Grounded to third and off the glove of A-Rod, and it trickles into foul territory down the left field line. How about Guzman? He is 3 for 3. And he had 3 hits last night as well.
You know, he's back to the old days with the Minnesota Twins, kind of slapping the ball around, going the other way, almost running out of the batter's box. Alex going to his right off his glove. Johnny Damon's going to come in and hustle it up, but Guzman runs too well. He's going to be at second base. Alex Rodriguez had him shaded up the middle a little bit.
27 hits in 9 games. Here's Nick Johnson. He is 0 for 2. And there's a strike.
Nick Johnson 0 for 2, hit into that double play, but hit a shot right at Mark Teixeira's first at bat.
The 0-1. Upstairs, 1-1. Nick's 0 for 2. 3-6-1 double play that John spoke about, then struck out.
Nick's always been a guy who can handle the bat. He's going to give you a tough at bat, a lot of walks, high on base percentage, nice situational hitting. Good spot for him here to try to pull a pitch, hit the ball to the right side, get Guzman to third.
The 1-1. 2-1. Jobber's first couple of innings very economical, but then he had that 32 pitch inning in the fourth. He's at 69 total. How about the second and the third inning? Combined 14 pitches. And the count 3-1.
It almost looks like Jabba, when he gets in a little bit of trouble, starts getting just a little bit too fine. Instead of splitting that plate in half and saying, I'm going to the inner half or the outer half, he's really going for the corners and just missing. Dave Island, Joe Girardi looking on.
3-1. There's a strike.
3-1 slider, a gutsy pitch. Drops it in there for a strike. Nick Johnson looking fastball all the way. Jabba, little spinner for a strike. It's a good pitch when you throw for a strike. If you miss for a ball, you say, why didn't you challenge somebody, be more aggressive?
3-2. And he does his job. He grounds it to Cano. Moving to third is Guzman. 1 out.
Nice job by Nick Johnson. Back-to-back sliders, and he just kind of rolled one over. Yankees going to play the infield in with Ryan Zimmerman hitting.
Already down 2-0. Big time hitter at the plate. Zimmerman is 2 for 2. Hitting .310. Java's best fastball of the night at 93 miles an hour. Count 0-1.
Yeah, this is a tough assignment for Java Chamberlain right here. Zimmerman swinging the bat well. Number 3 hitter in .310. You need a big strikeout here if you're Java Chamberlain. Third run doesn't sound like a lot, but the Yankees have not been very loud offensively in last night's ball game. Haven't done a whole lot tonight, only 2 hits. Looking for a big strikeout here.
That one is ripped into left center field. It's a base hit. It'll get past Gardner, and it rolls to the wall. Scoring easily is Guzman. And Zimmerman gets himself an RBI double. It's 3-0 Nationals, and Zimmerman is 3 for 3.
Tell you what, you hear a lot about Ryan Zimmerman around the National League, and then you get a chance to see him for a couple of games, and he just got a hanging slider and drills it to left center. His last at bat, he had a good slider that he hit to right field. This one, he gets a hanger. Drives in Guzman. You take a look at the swing, get the foot down, recognize the slider, nice extension. Good looking player.
30-game hitting streak this year, but he has played well on a bad team. Count 1-0. You got to be a self-starter to be a good player on a really bad team that's putting numbers up that are historically bad, and for him to come out every day, play hard, that shows you he's a baseball player. We're 1-0. Outside 2-0.
You know what, Michael, for a young player like Zimmerman, you see Aceves getting loose in the bullpen. I mean, he's trying to establish himself as one of the stars in the National League, and tough to do when you're on a club that's only won 17 games. But a lot easier when you're a young player where you're trying to establish yourself, getting to that next level. Dave Eiling going to go out there and have a talk with Jabba and Cervelli. Probably seeing off-speed pitch 2-0, I would think, to Dunn.
John, I have a question to ask you. Where's 98 gone? I mean, we just don't see it. I mean, there might have been one start so far. Where's it gone? I understand he's not a reliever anymore, but you would think that in times like this you'd be able to crank it up to where did it go? Yeah,
we were looking for a little something extra with Zimmerman, a big spot, looking maybe to step it up. I think that Cleveland game, we saw that good velocity in the middle to the end of that start for Jabba. Was an outstanding start for him. But you're right. You know, start after start, you're not seeing that electric 95, 96. Kind of right now, if you would have to do a scouting report on Jabba Chamberlain, average fastball.
Right.
Straight, does not have a whole lot of movement. His slider is still a good pitch. But that's a 92-mile-an-hour fastball and doesn't have any movement.
It almost seems like 98 disappeared when he walked off the mound hurt in Texas last year. When he came back, he's been a good pitcher, but he has not been the electric, filthy, dominant pitcher that he was before that. You wonder, well, what's up? The 3-2, check swing, and Dunn works out a walk.
The walks have been a common theme. Had 3 walks in the 4th inning. Now he walks Dunn here in the 5th. And that's the pitch count is going to be elevated. 81, 46 strikes, 35 balls. Not the greatest ratio. If you're Joe Girardi now, when Jabba Chamberlain starts, you're thinking 5 innings, and if he gets to the 6th, you're probably pretty happy. I mean, he really hasn't got to that next level where he could stretch it out to 7. 7 1/3, 7 2/3.
And it's a difficult thing when in your rotation, John, you've got Wong and then you've got Chamberlain, because then you're looking on successive days to get 12 outs out of your bullpen. That's a lot to ask, and also puts a lot of pressure on Pettit, Burnett, and Sabathia to give you length every time that they pitch. Fouled away.
Well, you're Joe Girardi and Dave Eiling. You have to thank goodness for CC Sabathia, because he's pretty much locked in every time he goes out there. 7, 8 innings. And you know that's not going to last. I mean, it's only a matter of time before he goes through a little tough stretch. Everybody does. CC's been on a good run lately and saving that bullpen for games like this, and Chin-Ming Wong starts.
1-1. And the count 1-2.
So I guess then the next question, if Jabba Chamberlain would move back to the bullpen, would the velocity come back? I mean, he hasn't found it coming out of the bullpen as a starter. Usually he starts off a little bit slow and then gets it going. It'll be an interesting subject to pay attention to as the season moves on. You would like to think a guy coming out of the bullpen could really just let it fly, but it looks like Java in these starts is working hard, and it's just not happening.
Swing and a miss. Slider as Kearns is 0 for 3.
Kearns had a couple of fastballs that he fouled off and had some outstanding swings, and then Java throws one of the best sliders of the night to finish him off. It's not the pitch you strike out on most of the times. It's the pitches that you foul off before the strikeout. Nasty slider.
So 2 away here in the top of the 5th, and the Nationals lead the Yankees 3-0. Here's Corey Patterson. He's 0 for 2. Count 0-1. Now, it became the avant-garde chic thing to do after Java's last start that, well, the reason he struggled is because of Jorge Posada. Well, now Francisco Cervelli is behind the plate and he's struggling. So sometimes it's the pitcher. Sometimes you don't have to look much further than right at that rubber.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of these situations here where they're not on the same page, going through the signs, stepping off the mound, taking a lot of time in between pitches. But I think the 4 walks speaks to that more than anything, Michael. Just not locating.
Ground ball to second base. Cano is right there. And that's going to do it here in the 5th. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 2 men left. And at 4.5, we're halfway through. Nats up by 3. Yankee Stadium, and on the Lexus scoreboard it's 3-0 Nationals as the Yankees continue to struggle against these rookie pitchers. And it's Craig Stammen today, and yesterday John Lannon.
Well, you would think, Michael, the first time through the order, veteran hitters, guys like Swisher and Teixeira and A-Rod, you would take a lot of pitches, try to get a good look at a young pitcher that you haven't seen. I mean, you watch video, you talk about scouting reports, but that first at bat, not that you give it away, but you really want to get deep and see a lot of pitches. Second time around is when you wanted to see some better at bats from Kevin Long, the hitting instructor. Just have not seen it. Thought Landon last night was outstanding, by the way. I mean, he did everything you wanted a pitcher to do.
Now, Joe Girardi spoke before the game, because if you've been watching the Yankees for years, it seems like the one constant is that when they see a pitcher, a young pitcher for the first time, they struggle. They just do. Rookie pitchers, they seem to struggle a little bit. That one is drilled deep to right field, off the bat of Swisher, and it hits the base of the wall. Swisher's going for 2. Here's the throw. Here's the play. He's out. What a throw by Austin Kearns to gun down Swisher for the first out of the fifth.
Well, Joe Girardi likes aggressive base running, but you have to be smart. And Nick Swisher hits his ball on a line. It's a rocket. But Kearns barehands it on the fly, right on the bag. Nick Swisher coming out of the box. I think he knew it wasn't going to be a home run. He hit it on the line, trying to dig for second to get his ball club going. A strong throw from Austin Kearns in right field and right on the money.
Hot shot and a base hit to right field off the bat of Matsui.
Well, seeing some better swings anyway this inning, second time around for Nick Swisher and Hideki Matsui. But sometimes when you're struggling offensively, Michael, I mean, Nick Swisher will try to take a gamble, try to get the Yankees going a little bit on the base paths, and it just didn't work out right there. An outstanding throw from Kearns.
And also that single broke an 0 for 16 from Swisher, so his head spinning as well. Oh, I finally got a hit, and he's looking to make the most of it and get a double, but it didn't work out. And now that looms even larger after the single by Matsui. Here is Cervelli. Now, to continue what Girardi said, he said, I know it has been a problem. He said, and we have brainstormed about it. And we've got to get better at it because we're going to face guys that we've never seen in Florida and maybe 3 guys in Atlanta if we don't see Javi Vasquez. He said, we've got to get better at it. Sometimes we're patient. Sometimes we jump on the first pitch. He said, but we've got to be better at it. And he seemed like he was at a loss. He said, we've tried a lot of different things.
Well, being aggressive, I don't know the first time through, and Kevin Long has talked to the guys about this too. I always felt like that first at bat, you don't give it away, but you say, you know what, I'm going to see his second and third pitch if I can. Try to get deep, try to see as many pitches as you can, so the next time you go out there against a young kid like Stamen here, you won't be surprised at what he has.
There's a strike. Now, the start of this game was held up 5 hours and 26 minutes as Francisco Cervelli down on strikes. And I know that people that are here, it's awful for the fans to have to wait. But this particular game, what they should not do is turn their anger toward the Yankees, because the Yankees had nothing to do with this. When a team comes into town for the last time, it's out of the ball club's hands. Yankees did not keep the fans here for 5.5 hours. It was Major League Baseball. It was this umpiring crew. So the Yankees did something nice. They told everybody to come down, sit in the lower level. But the crew chief is Charlie Relaford, and he's getting guidance from Major League Baseball because, again, you want to get all the games in. And the Yankees are backed up toward the end of the season with a lot of rainouts. So this wasn't a Yankee decision. Somebody sitting in an ivory tower said, let everybody stay here and wait 5 hours. This was definitely Major League Baseball, not the Yankees.
They waited 5.5 hours, but they got some pretty good reports on the weather, because since we have started this game, it has really been maybe a light drizzle and no rain at all. So here we're in the bottom of the 5th inning, and you know what? They waited it out, but at least we're not playing in a downpour here.
And also what we want to do, John and I, our entire crew, all of the cameramen that sat, some of them outside, some of them just lying on the floor outside our booth because, you know, where are they going to hang? They put in a long day. They get here early in the morning to set up, and we thank them. They are the best anyway. We have the best guys that do this job here, and we love all of you for doing that. And it's a long day for everybody, so thank you guys, thank you gals. And ring out, baby. So thanks to everybody. And there's a strike to Pena, the count 3-1. And the pitch. Blooped into center field, coming on Patterson, and he makes the play on the run for the final out of the 5th. So it's an official game now. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We go to the 6th at the stadium. It's 3-0 pesky Nats. Hi, Jack. 3-0 Nationals against the Yankees. Bottom third of the order against Jabba. And the first pitch is a strike. Jabba has had a tough time of it on the stadium mound. 6 starts at home, 6 starts on the road. At home, 0-1, 5.33 coming into today, 89 pitches so far. This will be his 90th. And then on the road, he's 3-0 with a 2.72. Right now, he's trailing 3-0 in the 6th inning. Of all the players, John, after a 5-hour and 26-minute rain delay, do you think that the pitcher is most adversely affected because he's gearing his whole week up to that start time of 107, and all of a sudden he has to shut it down for 5.5 hours?
I would say yes, except for the fact that when we woke up this morning and came to the stadium, I don't think anybody thought the game was going to start on time. So mentally, I don't think Jabba Chamberlain ever got to that place.
Ground ball up the middle, Cano. One away.
I don't think he ever got to that place mentally where he said, you know what, we're going to play this game.
Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by J&R Music and Computer World, and by your Tri-State Ford dealer, the official truck of the New York Yankees. Those guys have been through this a while. Andy Pettit and CC Sabathia, and when you're a young pitcher, you're learning how to deal with these adverse moments, long rain delays, things like that. Here's Will Nieves. And it's hard to say that that's what affected me. He did give up a run in the first inning, but those first couple of innings, free and easy. Throwing strikes first pitch, and then he ran into trouble in the fourth where he had a plus 30 pitch inning. And then more trouble in the fifth.
You know what, Michael, you look at the scoreboard, 3-0. We're here 1 out in the 6th inning, so you can't really say it's a terrible start. But I think the point we're trying to make, it's not what we expected from Jabba as a starting pitcher, where his stuff was going to be electric and he was going to dominate the strike zone. He's almost pitching, you know, on the corners instead of really challenging and attacking people like he did out of the pen. If the Yankees would swing the bat a little bit better, then this start won't look as bad as it is right now.
And the 2-2.
Problem in this type of a ball game, I mean, you're playing the Nationals, who have only won their 17th game of the season last night. And the Yankees were thinking taking 3 here at home. Now you're trying to go for 2 out of 3, and you're down 3-0 in the 6th inning. The pressure squarely goes to the Yankees the second half of this ball game, try to figure out a way to have another comeback win.
Swing and a miss. 2 away.
Another good slider. Will Nieves swings right over the top. See the grip for Jabba Chamberlain, the nice finish with that wrist.
And the pitch is a strike. Another ground ball to Cano. Nice easy inning for Chamberlain. Through 6, he's thrown 100 pitches. He's allowed 3 runs, and those 3 runs are holding up because Stammen's done a good job. 3-0 Nats. Get our Green Mountain K-Cup coffee system from the same people who bring us our office supplies. W.B. Mason, who but? Now the Yankee offense has been stymied now for close to 2 straight games by 2 rookie pitchers. Craig Stammen, looking for his first big league win, has shut out the Yankees through 5, and the pitch to the leadoff batter Gardner is a strike. It'll be Gardner, Damon, and Teixeira. Strike and the count 0-2.
Stammen has done an outstanding job at throwing strikes. 55 pitches right now, and he's in the 6th inning, only giving up 4 hits. But good news for the Yankees, the 3rd time through the order, batting average against .379. Brett Gardner represent the 3rd time through the order for the Yankees.
It's amazing. Stammen's pitch count is 56. Now, the first time ever facing the Yankees this season, starters 4 and 5, 5.17. Soft ground ball to second base. Anderson Hernandez gets Gardner 1 away.
You know, Michael, we talked about this a little bit last night watching Lannon pitch. And, you know, if you're a young pitcher, a little league or a high school kid, if you can work fast, throw strike 1, you're going to have success. You don't have to have the best stuff in the world. These national pitchers the last 2 nights have stayed out of hitters' counts. They've been ahead the whole night. Because of that, the Yankee hitters are on your heels a little bit. You don't know what's coming. Johnny Damon finally gets in a hitter's count 1-0 and makes life a whole lot easier offensively when you're ahead in the count.
Shattered bat. Nice play by Hernandez. And there's 2 away. Time for another look at tonight's Toyota text poll. Once again, the question, did Chien-Ming Wang pitch well enough last night to remain in the rotation? You've been texting us at 58772. Here are the results. 58% say he did pitch well enough. 42% said no. Joe Girardi texted yes, so he's going to start on Tuesday in Atlanta. And there's a strike to Mark Teixeira. And the 0-1. Outside, 1-1.
Chien-Ming did a nice job last night. His new son, J.J. Wang. Joe Girardi said he liked the slider from Chien-Ming Wang last night. An outstanding pitch.
Tried to pull an outside pitch, and Nick Johnson's right there. And 3 ground balls, a 1-2-3. They get a 9-pitch inning for Stammen, who's really stifling the Yankees. We go to the 7th. It is 3-0 Nationals. Our complete coverage starts at 6:30 with the Tri-State Ford pregame. Then Ken Singleton, Paul O'Neill, and I have the call. Yankees Marlins tomorrow starting at 6:30. It's only on Yes. And Joe Girardi makes the call to the bullpen, brought to you by AT&T, your world delivered. And that call brings in Alfredo Aceves on a relief of Jabba Chamberlain. Chamberlain threw 100 pitches. You see what Aceves has done this season. 4-1, 2.63. Pitch to Guzman. Lined right at Cano. One away. One pitch, one out.
Christian Guzman is having a nice series. He's on everything. First pitch swing and line drive right at Robinson Cano. But again, one of the things you like about Aceves coming out of that bullpen, not afraid to throw strikes. Only 6 walks on the year. Joe Girardi, you know what you're getting out of this relief pitcher, and the fact that he's going to challenge people, change speeds, and throw strikes.
There's a strike. Yesterday, Aceves threw 5 pitches. He got 2 outs. And looked like he was going to glom up another win when the Yankees rallied in the bottom of the 9th inning, but they fell short. It was fouled away.
Well, Jabba Chamberlain's start, 3 runs, 6 innings, 100 pitches. He walked 4, struck out 6. Not a bad start, not a great start because of the Yankees not swinging the bats. Craig Stammen stifling. Looks a lot worse than it was. I think the 4 walks probably bothered me, especially bunched up there.
And the 1-2. Served into left center field. Giving chase is Gardner on the run, and he makes the play. Took an extra base hit away from Nick Johnson.
Well, it looked like a changeup from Aceves, and Nick Johnson had a big swing, but he hit it off the end of the bat, and I think that fooled Brett Gardner. Thought that ball was going to carry a little more, then he had to make up a little bit of ground. Comes in a nice sliding catch. He had a nice route to it, and then he figured out he was too deep, came in, covered some ground. Off the end of the bat from Nick Johnson, a big swing. Hit it off the end. It kind of deadens the ball, doesn't have a lot of carry, and a nice play by Brett Gardner.
Pitch to Zimmerman is a breaking ball strike. Zimmerman's had a big night, 3 for 3, scored 2 runs, drove in 1. Another breaking ball on another strike. Aceves pounds the strike zone, and that's something for a lot of young pitchers to observe and to ingest, because bottom line is he doesn't have electric stuff, but he's not afraid of the stuff that he has.
He knows his strengths, getting ahead. He pitches to them.
And the 0-2. Count 1-2.
Thrown 3 consecutive curveballs to Zimmerman. Has done a nice job of slowing him down. When you throw back-to-back-to-back slow curveballs, you kind of get a hitter on his heels. Might be an opportunity to run a fastball in on his hands and try to jam him.
1-2. Strike 3. Zimmerman down looking. Fastball on the outside corner. A 9-pitch, 1-2-3 inning from Alfredo Aceves. So the Nationals go 3 up, 3 down at the end of 6.5 innings of play. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. The Nationals lead the Yankees 3-0, but stay where you are as we honor America in the Bronx.
Silent prayer as we remember the servicemen and women who are serving our country at home and around the globe. Now please join Kate Smith as she sings God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountains to the prairie to the ocean. Fight for
Nothing. They are being hit by Craig Stammen, who's looking for his first big league win. Here's Alex Rodriguez. And there's a strike. Hey, John, nobody, and you see what Stammen's done, how effective he's been, how economical he's been. Nobody wants to take anything away from Lannon yesterday and Stammen today, because that's not right. The pitchers have something to do with it. But let's be honest. The Washington Nationals come into this city with 16 wins. The Yankees cannot allow the worst team in baseball to come into their home field and take 2 games. I mean, the Yankees really have to have a rally in their bones. It would be embarrassing to lose 2 games to this team.
Right, and you said it the first night. You don't ever come into a series thinking you're going to sweep all 3. But if you're the Yankees playing the Nationals in your home building, you're thinking 3 games. Verdi lost last night's game, so now you're trying to salvage 2 out of 3. I was impressed with Landon last night. And not to say that I'm not impressed with Stammen tonight, but he's coming right at the Yankees with fastballs, and he's not really even messing around with too many changeups or off-speed pitches. And it's 88 miles an hour. It has a little bit of run. 3rd time through the order, you have to see some better at-bats, some better swings. Yankees are going to make a comeback.
Well, they almost came back last night, but almost doesn't count. They fell short. They lost 3-2. They have to make a comeback tonight. They're down 3-0. And the Nationals have not won a series since May 8th through the 10th against the Diamondbacks. So that's over a month. And when this team came into town, people were talking about them in the same breath as the 1962 Mets, who lost 120 games. And really bluntly put, it's unacceptable. The 2-2 is fouled away.
Well, Michael, what did I say the first night? And I played on some bad Tampa Bay teams. When you come in a situation with Manny Acta and his ball club and you're struggling, 16 wins coming into this series, there's some excitement. You come in to play the Yankees. You have a nice new stadium. a big crowd. You're ready to play, and the Yankees have to match that effort, and they have not last night and tonight.
Have you looked at what the Yankees have done lately? They lost 3-0 to the Red Sox. They should have lost 2-3, 2 out of 3 to the Mets, if not for the pop-up by Castillo. And now they're on the verge of losing 2 out of 3 to the Nationals. And this was after the Yankees have been the best team in baseball over the last month.
The Yankees got to find a way to get this kid out of this game. Stammen talked about it the first night. The bullpen for the Nationals, second worst in all of baseball. Get the young starters out of there and go to work against the bullpen. Pitch after pitch to Alex Rodriguez. They've all been inside, and with a little bit of movement. Larry Vanover does not give the young right-hander the call. The Nationals coming right at Alex Rodriguez. They're not fooling around, challenging him on the inner half.
3-2. That one is drilled deep to left field. Harris back, and he makes an unbelievable play. Willie Harris took an extra base hit away from Alex Rodriguez. What a play by Harris.
Willie Harris, one of those super utility guys, and Alex Rodriguez finally got a ball out over the plate and hammered it to left field. But watch Harris, the full extension and dive. An outstanding defensive play. Ends up on the warning track. His starting pitcher loves it. Full extension.
Well, something has gotten into this team because the Nationals don't pitch well and they don't play great defense, and we have not seen that at all in these 3 games. Well, they didn't play good defense the first game, the one the Yankees won. And Cano slaps one into left center field and dunks it in for a base hit.
Again, Robinson Cano, first pitch swinging, and he's getting some pitches to hit. A nice little sinker on the outer half. Stammen has showed he's going to throw strikes. Robinson Cano goes up there aggressive on the first pitch. Starting to see some better swings for the Yankees. Third time through.
Six and a third innings for Stammen. That is his longest outing of his young career. There's Nick Swisher. Jumps on the first pitch and fouls it back. So the Yankees are noticing they're getting fastballs, and now they're jumping on them.
Yeah, now you pay attention. Will Nieves, the catcher for the Nationals. Do you go to another game plan? Because the Yankees are going up there getting a lot better swings on that fastball. One swing, you could have a 3-2 ball game here. You see maybe if they go to some change-ups or some off-speed pitches, or if they stick with the plan that's been working.
That's an off-speed pitch, and the count 1-1 to a change.
Yeah, you pay attention to the swings, not so much the results. Nick Swisher had a big hack, a good swing at that first fastball.
And a strike. 1-2. Foul back.
Had a nice conversation with Rob Dibble today, who does the TV work for the Nationals, and Steve McCatty, the new pitching coach for the Nationals. And he has a pretty basic philosophy. Pitch to your strengths, whatever it is. Don't get beat with your second or third pitch. You get in a situation where you got to get a big out, go with the pitch you're most confident in. Stammen, it's been that fastball, a little sinking fastball. He's used it all night. Had some nice success.
Swisher has to skip rope to get out of the way. Yankees have seen 15 pitches this inning. Significant? Yes, that's the most they've seen in an inning tonight.
The most pitches Stammen has used this year, 95 in his second major league start. He's up at 77 right now in the 7th inning.
2-2. Missed outside. And Matsui's on deck.
If Joe Girardi sends Robinson Cano, 3-2 count with 1 out. Tavares and Malone getting loose in the National bullpen. They want to create some movement on the base paths, get something going, force some action here with Nick Swisher. A guy's pretty patient.
3-2. Again, grounded foul.
This would be one of those situations pitching coach Steve McCaddy was talking about. You're going to get beat with your best pitch. It's been the sinking fastball all night. Came with it again. A couple of fastballs on 3-2 counts, 3 in a row. We're sticking with the game plan his pitching coach has come up with, which is pretty simple. Use your best pitches in the big spots.
Those kids were newborns when the night started. And the 3-2. Ripped to right field. It's going to be a base hit. And it'll go to the wall. Swisher goes for 2. Cano will stop at third. Yankees are set up second and third with 1 man out. And the great play by Harris looms so very large.
7th inning, 3 balls that have been hit hard by the Yankees. Alex Rodriguez, Robinson Cano, and now Nick Swisher. And he got 4 fastballs in a row on the 3-2 count. And he drills it to right field, his 2nd consecutive hit. Robinson Cano is going to make it all the way to third. Austin Kern struggled a little bit with the transfer in right field. Rob Thompson decided to hold Robinson Cano at third base, set up 2nd and 3rd.
Starting to rain a little bit harder right now at Yankee Stadium as Manny Actor takes the long walk out. And he has signaled to the bullpen. And with Matsui due up, they're going to call on the former Yankee Ron Vallone. Vallone against Matsui. Matsui comes up as the tying run. Yankees are down 3-0, 2nd and 3rd. 1 man out. Stay right where you are. On yes for the Emmy Award-winning WB Mason postgame. Bob Lorenz back in the studio with analysis from this entire series and also a look around the majors. Plus, Kimberly Jones has the reaction from the clubhouse. The WB Mason postgame. It's only on Yes. Well, Craig Stammen is going to have to hope that the bullpen does its job, and he could then pick up his first big league victory. No walks for the youngster. Ron Vallone has 10 walks and 10 strikeouts in just under 20 innings. Second and third, one out. Matsui against Vallone. Drilled down the right field line, but foul.
Yankee fans are used to seeing Ron Vallone. He's proud of his fastball, even though he's lost a few miles on it. 88 miles an hour there. Hideki Matsui, a little bit too quick. They're one out and first base open, left on left here. Cervelli on deck. You got to believe Jorge Posada probably taking some swings in the Yankees batting cage, maybe getting ready for a pinch hit at bat if Hideki Matsui can do something.
Now Vallone, off the scrap heap out of baseball, signs with the Nationals. He did not give up a run in his first 19 outings of the year, but he's given up at least one run in 4 straight appearances. And this is where it gets sticky for the Nationals. Their bullpen not too good. And now their bullpen's going to have to get 8 outs to nail down this victory.
That's what we saw in the first game of the series. The Yankees really did some damage on Ron Vallone and the rest of that National bullpen to pull out a victory.
The 1-1. There's a strike. Good pitch on the outside corner. On Tuesday, we saw Vallone. He was hammered. 1-inning pitch, 3 hits, and 2 runs allowed. He ended up getting the loss in that game.
Yeah, McDougal came in after him, walked a few. Beimel came in after him. Really don't have anybody at the end of that National bullpen that is going to intimidate you.
One, two. Just missed the outside corner, did Vallone. And the count 2-2.
Tell you what, he's thrown 3 sliders in a row, and all of them had the possibility of being called a strike. That one just off the outside corner. But they have not missed by much.
Two. He struck him out. Fastball up and in.
Take a look at the pitch by pitch. The best pitch Matsui saw, the first one, right down the middle, just a little too quick. Slider misses on the corner. Next one called a strike. He goes 3 in a row and just misses, and then he's supposed to go fastball away. It ends up and in past Hideki Matsui.
And now with Cervelli due up, they're going to go with Posada as a pinch hitter.
See how Maniac, the manager of the Nationals, going to play this one. Ron Vallone, a veteran pitcher. He knows he has first base open. He knows that Pena is on deck. What he doesn't know is Derek Jeter available to pinch hit tonight. Won't have to give in to Jorge Posada this at bat with first base open. You can pitch very carefully. Always a danger for Joe Girardi. You send up Posada in a bat like this, they could just walk him. You kind of lose that plate appearance. It looks like they're going to try to go get him.
Well, they're up by 3. In his career as a pinch hitter, not too great. 24 for 106, but 3 home runs.
You know, Michael, you can pitch Jorge Posada here like it's an 0-2 count. You know, try to make those quality pitches right on the corner. If you miss off the plate.
Pitch outside from Vallone. Canoa's at third. Swisher's at second. 2 men out. Yankees down 3-0. Bottom of the 7th inning. Malone on a relief of Stammen. Fouled away. Now against Malone lifetime, Posada's 3 for 5. He knows him pretty well. He caught him when Malone was here.
If you're Jorge Posada, you really can look out over the plate because Valone does. He used to throw mid-90s. Now he's upper 80s, low 90s. You're Jorge Posada, that's not a concern. You can stay middle of the field, try to drive one to right center. If you get it good, you have a chance of a 3-run homer. If not, you pick up a couple RBIs.
Count 2-1.
Everything has been away to Jorge Posada. Be surprised if Alone comes inside, except maybe to finish him off on a 2-2 count or 3-2. Tried to quick pitch him right there before Posada was ready, and he missed. See, Jorge was not even ready to hit, got away with it. Malone had the right idea. Just missed with his location.
Ramiro Pena is on deck. As John said, the question is, can Jeter hit? Although Pena has been a pesky hitter so far in his rookie season. First base is open. Malone deals the 3-1. And he walks Posada. So that loads the bases for Ramiro Pena. And it looks like they are calling Pena back. And it's going to be the captain. And this is on the anniversary of his only grand slam. Of Joe Borowski of the Cubs. So now he's been out for the last couple of games with a stiff left ankle. Underwent an MRI. No issues. Wanted to play. Joe Girardi wanted to give him the day off. He got the day off. This is now a night game. And he's coming off the bench to pinch hit for Ramiro Pena. And after he's announced, Manny Acta is going to signal to the bullpen for the right-hander. So the wheels are turning for both managers. So Julian Taveras will come in, and he is going to face Derek Jeter, the veteran right-hander, against the Yankee captain. Yankees are down 3-0. Jeter and Taveras when we get back. All new WB Mason presents the Joe Girardi Show. Get the skipper's take on these National League East matchups, plus a look ahead to next week's second set with the Mets. It's an all-new Joe Girardi show Sunday night at 9, only on Yes. Those are the numbers on the veteran Tavares. This will be his 30th game. Less than a hit per inning, about a strikeout per inning, 16 walks. He has 1 save. Now, Derek Jeter, all he knows is starting. See his numbers with the bases loaded. We showed you that one granny. He's only been a pinch hitter 4 times. He walked once. The other 3 times he didn't get a hit.
He also does not have good numbers against Tavares. 167, 3 for 18 in his career. He knows he's going to get a sinker. He's a sinker slider guy. Tavares is. Doesn't throw as hard as he once did, but he always has good movement. Try to ride the ball in on Derek Jeter's hands.
And a strike.
He's actually dropped his arm angle a little bit. The number's not good for Derek against Tavares. Looks like he's going a little more 3/4, and that's going to aid or add to that movement in on the hands of Derek Jeter.
So Jeter off the bench in a big spot. The 0-1. Check swing. Did he go? No. Took Sam Holbrook.
And you know what, Michael? That left ankle problem for Derek Jeter really should not be too much of a problem hitting. It's going to be a problem running. Saw the other night when he came out of the game was not running well. But that's his land foot. Usually you try to land nice and easy on that front foot. Your back foot is really the foot you drive off of.
And the count 1-2.
Yeah, where he's really going to feel it probably is that first step out of the box, but swinging the bat shouldn't be much of a problem.
You can see it's raining here at the stadium. It rained for most of the day. The start of the game delayed 5 hours and 26 minutes. And that was a Louis Tiant move there. I've never seen Tavares do that. Kind of spun his back. He showed Jeter his back.
I don't think Derek Jeter ever saw this either. Louis Tiant to the back to second base, and Derek Jeter did a nice job just fouling this pitch off. You could see his timing is all messed up. Actually got a hanging slider, but it's deceptive delivery. Tavares got away with it.
And the 1-2. Hit sharply up the middle. Grabbed there by Guzman. And they get the force at second for the final out of the 7th inning. So a nice play by Guzman to get the force on Posada. Jeter hit it hard, but Guzman nailed it. Went down to the knees and flipped to Anderson. So the Yankees leave the bases loaded, much to the delight of Craig Stammen. us here in the booth for the Chevy Player of the Game. Text your vote to 58772. Today's candidates are number 1, Jabba Chamberlain, number 2, Christian Guzman, number 3, Greg Stammen, and number 4, Ryan Zimmerman. Vote now, make your voice heard. Standard text messaging rates apply. Some changes for the Yankees. The first one, Phil Koch takes over, third pitcher for the Yanks. Chamberlain pitched 6 innings, Aceves a scoreless 7th, and now Phil Koch here in the 8th. And those are Koch's numbers. Derek Jeter, who pinch hit for Pena, stays in to play short, and Posado, pinch hit for Cervelli, stays in the catch. Now the Yankees just did something that I think is great, and I think it's warranted and it's well deserved for the fans that have had to battle through this day. The Yankees announced they are rewarding all fans with tickets for today's game against the Nationals for their patience and support with a free ticket offer. Fans may redeem their June 18th 09 ticket. Pitch to Dunn is low, regardless of whether it was used to attend the game or not, for a free bleachers, grandstand, or terrace ticket at Yankee Stadium to a non-premium game this season or a non-premium game in the 2010 season. The 1-0. Fans may choose to use their ticket as a coupon to purchase a half-price ticket in any other non-suite seating location to a remaining non-premium game in the 09 season or any non-premium game in the 2010 season. And the tickets can be used as a coupon at Yankee Stadium advanced ticket windows. And until 2 hours after the scheduled start time of any regularly scheduled home game. So whoever's fault this is for the game being delayed as long as it was, whether it's Major League Baseball or the Yankees, I thought the Yankees did a nice thing. The people that were here, I mean, unbelievable fans to hang that long. As Dunn pops it up, a broken bat. Coming on is Gardner, is going to dunk in for a base hit. Damon backs up Gardner, and Dunn picks up a single. He's 2 for 2 with 2 walks.
Well, Adam Dunn, you have to respect the power. 18 home runs. He shatters his bat. Brett Gardner playing so deep in center field, respecting that power. And this ball is just hit perfectly out of the reach of Derek Jeter in front of Brett Gardner. So Adam Dunn gets rewarded with a base hit because of his power potential.
And one more thing just to finish up the tickets that the Yankees are going to give. Even if you didn't come to the game, hey, you thought it was raining, you thought there was no chance they're going to play, you could still get a free ticket to a non-premium game. So I think that's fair, and the people that are here, they get rewarded as well. They get to see a game, and they'll get to see another game.
Yeah, 5.5 hours, a long time to hang today. So congratulations to the fans to enjoy another game. And nice job by the Yankees.
The 1-0. That one's driven deep to center field. Going back, Gardner. Still back, still back, still back, still back. And he makes the play and crashes into the wall. As Dunn heads back to first, and Gardner's on the warning track. He really hit that wall hard. Nick Swisher runs from right. Johnny Damon goes over. Alex Rodriguez jogs out. The entire team jogs out. And Gene Monahan and Joe Girardi on their way out there as well. Boy, did he hit that wall hard. Mike Harkey, the bullpen coach, quickly out as well. And now Mark Teixeira will join the group. He's got remnants of the warning track all over his arms. And Gene Monahan just wants to stabilize Gardner, see he's okay. The Washington Nationals in the bullpen with a concerned eye as well. Let's take another look at real speed, John.
Well, Kearns drills this ball. Brett Gardner going back. Hits his back against his padding here, and then you worry about the head hitting against the rest of the fencing behind it. It's like that clear plexiglass, and he hit his head pretty good. You can see the eyes closed. He gets the ball back in, but I'm sure Gene Monahan concerned about the head slamming into that plexiglass.
You can see he skinned up his elbow, but that's the least of their worries right now. You saw Gino was shining a light into his eyes. They have a card out there as they prepare to take Gardner off the field. So he's sitting up, and that's a great sign. And then Gino there with some smelling salts. Now he gets to his feet, and they're going to get him on that golf cart. Well, that was a heck of a play by Gardner. And Melky Cabrera is going to come in and take over for Gardner in center field. Gene Monahan will get on the cart with him.
Right off the bat, I didn't think Brett Gardner had any play. Ball was smoked to center field.
And they will take him underneath the ballpark and work around from center field and through the runways right to the Yankee clubhouse. So they'll go behind Monument Park and then the Yankee bullpen.
Another look. Kearns really hits this ball well to left center. Brett Gardner just makes up for it with his speed. No regard for his body, slamming into the wall, his head. Back up against that plexiglass. You worry about a concussion.
And the presence of mind to get rid of the ball and get it to Johnny Damon as Adam Dunn went back to first. So the Yankees have pretty much used their bench now. There's one more player, it's Angel Barroa, and that's it. So they've used Jeter, they've used Posada. Now Cabrera comes in to play center field. We're in the 8th inning, runner on first with one out. Yankees are down 3-0. And here's Corey Patterson, 0 for 3, all of those at bats against Jabba Chamberlain. Patterson with some weak hacks. And that was the same deal last night. He struck out against Phil Koch.
Having a tough time picking up the slider from Phil Koch.
And the count now 0-2.
Phil Koch, I mean, you know Corey Patterson's looking for the slider. He's had a tough time with it, 2 at-bats last night and tonight. So make sure you make a quality pitch down and away off the plate, because you got to figure he's sitting on it.
The 0-2. And he strikes him out for the second time in as many days.
3 in a row. First one in the dirt, second one was a hanger, and this one is perfect. Down and away. Corey Patterson has shown Phil Koch he cannot pick up the spin on that slider. Koch took advantage.
That's going to bring up Willie Harris. Harris made an unbelievable play in the 7th inning on Alex Rodriguez's liner to left field, and that changed the whole inning. Because right after Rodriguez was robbed of an extra base hit, Robinson Cano singled and Nick Swisher double. But the way it turned out, a couple of relievers came in for the Nationals, and the Yankees didn't score that inning. The 0-1. 1-1. ball strike, 1-2.
Bill Koch, some pretty good stuff tonight. He threw an inning and a third in last night's ball game. Joe Girardi coming right back to him tonight. Looks like he's got a good slider.
Count 1-2 on Harris. We're in the 8th inning. Yankees down 3-0. Rain continuing to fall here at the stadium. Swing and a miss, and Harris down on strikes. Good inning for Phil Koch. No runs a hit, no errors, and one man left. An unbelievable play by Brett Gardner, but he's out of the game. Yankees coming up the bat. The Geico play of the game just happened in the top of the 8th inning. Austin Kearns hits a shot to center field. Brett Gardner, great play, slams up against the wall. Your Geico play of the game for Brett Gardner. Well, they're going to bring in the left-hander Joe Beimel, using their final lefty. Only have two, Rolone and Beimel. And he's going to face Cabrera in for Gardner, Damon, and then Teixeira. So two switch hitters and a lefty. Yankees are down 3-0, trying to avoid losing a series to the Nationals. Count 1-0.
See, Beimel's got a little hesitation in his delivery. Little deception there that throws the hitters off. Doesn't have overpowering stuff.
And a strike. And the count 3-1.
The Yankees, you have 6 offensive outs left in this ball game. You have to grind some at bats out, get some runners on base. Done a nice job of having some late rallies with some home runs.
And there's a strike, and the count now full at 3-2.
A nice take by Melky Cabrera. You got to force the National bullpen to throw strikes. Grind out some at bats, try to work your way on base.
And he works a wall. So can the Yankees rally?
See what Johnny Damon does right here. Leadoff walk to Melky Cabrera. You know Beimel's going to want to try to jump ahead in the count. Johnny Damon might try to ambush him here and pull a ball right past Nick Johnson in this hole.
Tries to come inside. Damon checks the swing. And the count 1-0.
And now you got a guy struggling a little bit with his location. But you know Johnny's trying to hook a ball right in this hole here. A little first to third possibility, but you got a lefty who's struggling location. Make sure he throws it over the plate. Don't do him any favors.
They announced the attendance, the paid attendance, 45,143. Obviously, that's not how many are in the ballpark right now. I'd say about 10,000, which is kind of amazing when you consider the game was scheduled to start at 1:05, and here we are just after 9 o'clock Eastern time. The 1-1. And a strike, 1-2. Grounded foul. Damon has broken so many bats. Usually he has the light wood. He's gone to the black bat now. Mark Teixeira's on deck, checking out his lumber. And the 1-2. Foul ball.
Johnny Damon get a lot of pitches on the inner half to try to hook that hole. This hasn't been able to execute so far, but he's getting plenty of pitches to do it. I believe at some point Beimel and Will Nieves going to go off the plate away.
And the 1-2. Breaking ball. Damon held up in the count 2-2.
He hasn't shown Johnny Damon he can get that breaking ball to the outer half. Everything's starting middle in, finishing middle of the plate. He makes a mistake with that off-speed breaking ball. Johnny Damon could do some damage, falling right into his swing. Will Nieves trying to pump him up, going to go with a fastball away.
The 2-2. Driven out into left center field. Giving chase is Patterson on the run. He'll make the play in the gap for the first out. Hey, after the last out, keep it on yes for the Emmy Award-winning WB Mason postgame. Bob Lorenz is back in the studio with analysis from this entire series and a look around the major leagues. Plus, Kimberly Jones has the reaction from the clubhouse. It's the WB Mason postgame, and it's only on yes. Here's Mark Teixeira. Batting right-handed against the lefty Beimel. Keeping Cabrera close. Kip Wells warming for the Nationals. High pop-up in the infield. Hernandez waves everybody off. 2 outs. Yankees running out of outs to catch up. 4 more outs. 2 outs here in the 8th. A-Rod's 0 for 3 last time, though. He hit a bullet. Great play by Willie Harris in left field. You saw in the Evis, they keep the ball low.
Well, Alex hit a bullet his last at bat. It was actually a pitch out over. The Nationals would try to crowd him on the inner half.
Fly ball right field. Kearns on the run near the line. He'll put it away for the final out of the inning. So the leadoff walk to Cabrera. Wasted. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left. We go to the 9th. It's 3-0 Nats.
The game, and it was Ryan Zimmerman who got a hanging slider from Jabba Chamberlain, and he drilled it to left center to drive in Christian Guzman. That is your Land Rover drive of the game. Zimmerman has had a big night. 3 hits, an RBI, a strikeout. Yankees trailing 3-0 here in the 9th inning. We have a pitching change. David Robertson coming in. Going to face Will Nieves to lead off the 9th. You see the numbers for David Robertson. 12 innings, 7 hits, 7 walks, 18 strikeouts. Impressive. Nieves swings and misses at a good fastball. This will be the 15th appearance of the season for David Robertson. Nieves 0 for 2 on the night with an RBI. And a nice job behind the plate for the Nationals. Fastball misses. It'll be Nieves, Hernandez, and Guzman for the Nationals. The Yankees trailing 3-0 down to their last 3 offensive outs. Trying to avoid the Nationals coming into Yankee Stadium taking 2 out of 3. Foul ball.
Count 1-2 now on the Evis. So Chamberlain started, Aceves in the 7th, Phil Koch in the 8th, and David Robertson here in the 9th.
Robertson getting his first appearance since Jose Veras was designated for assignment, so that's to be a nice shot of confidence for him. Coaching staff having trust in his ability.
Reading in the paper today, John, that the Astros might be interested in acquiring Veras. So when you designate someone for assignment, you have 10 days to deal with it. I'm sure that Brian Cash and the Yankee GM has been working the phones. And maybe the Astros will be able to pull off a trade.
It's no surprise there are going to be teams out there that are interested. I mean, 95 miles an hour, a good slider. Sure, there are some teams that think they can get him straightened out, throw the ball over the plate.
Mike McDougal closed out yesterday's game. It's been a long day, kid. Fouled away.
What you like about Robertson, he's got that good explosive fastball. It doesn't light up the radar gun. And a nice, easy, sneaky delivery. Ball really jumps out of his hand. He can throw the fastball by you, and then he's got a good curveball to finish some right-handed batters.
I got a piece of Posada. Robertson deals. Well, he's got a nice breaking ball. He really does. That's why the Yankees decided to stay with him and designate Veras for assignment. Got a good live fastball, and he can drop that breaking ball on you at any point. It's a great change of speed. Need Buckler. And did he hold up? Yes, he did, said Sam Holbrook.
Like a fastball that kind of cut on David Robertson. You can see the finish off the plate. Will Nieves held up his swing. Unusual to see that pitch from David Robertson. I don't think that was by design. Just kind of came off the side of the baseball. Had a little cutting action on it.
Keeping him close.
Seen this from some Yankee pitchers lately, kind of paying attention maybe a little bit too much to the running game. Will Nieves, a catcher, does not have a stolen base on the season. A couple of throws over from David Robertson. You appreciate paying attention to the running game, but really go to work on the batter here. 3-0 game. It's like the Nationals are going to try to play a little small ball, see if they can scratch out another run. Look forward to the 9th inning for the Yankees. You're going to have Robinson Cano leading off, Nick Swisher, Hideki Matsui. David Robertson and the Yankees, you want to keep it right here, 3-0.
That one's foul ball.
Be another throw over to first base, it looks like. I don't know, Michael. I don't understand this.
I don't get it either. We've seen it a lot this series.
This series especially, yeah. It looks like they're really paying attention to the running game. And like I said, you appreciate it if you're Jorge Posada, but kind of going over the top a little bit here. Let Hernandez get this bunt down, get it out, and go to work.
And now a pitch out.
That's a game in the game now. Pitch out. The Yankees pitched out. It didn't work out. Manny Acta, the manager of the Nationals, might come back with a little hit and run right here, banking on the fact that Joe Girardi won't pitch out again. See if they play the game within the game.
Runner goes, and they have a hit and run. Let's see if they can turn two. Nope, bobbled by Cano, and he gets the out at first. In his haste to get the double play, he did not field cleanly. So Will Nieves running gets the second.
Manny Acta, he did. He switched it up. He went a little hit and run, banking they wouldn't pitch out again. Robinson Cano tried to be a little bit too quick, but to his credit, he regroups, and with a strong throwing arm is able to get Hernandez at first base. But Will Nieves, mission accomplished for the Nationals, in scoring position with one out.
So runner at second. You want to keep that run from scoring. 3 runs is enough of a deficit. Try to make up in the bottom of the 9th inning. And here is Christian Guzman. He's 3 for 4, and when he was out, he lined out to Cano. He's hit the ball hard. And the pitch low.
Batting .330 on the year, having an outstanding year for the Nationals. Like I said before, he's kind of back to that slashing style that he had with the Minnesota Twins. Slapped the ball on the turf.
Slaps that one to second base. Cano right there as Nieves advances to third. You know what? A long day at the park. He could not be happier, that kid. And the pitch to Johnson is high, 1-0.
Yankees have done a nice job of Nick Johnson tonight. Ryan Zimmerman, the guy hitting behind him, has had a big night with 3 hits, hit the ball hard. David Robertson, you want to go right at Nick Johnson.
And the 1-0. Nice block by Posada.
It's a nice block for a catcher who's been in there the whole game. Jorge Posada came in late and does a nice job moving his glove, and the body keeps it in front. A big run.
And the 2-0. The count 3-0. Now looks like they'll throw ball 4 on purpose, and they'll take their chance with Ryan Zimmerman, and that's taking a big chance. Zimmerman is a heck of a player.
A heck of a player, has had a nice series and had a nice night. Dave Island's going to go out and talk to David Robertson, make sure you're on the same page. How does your stuff match up with this right-handed hitter?
Hey fans, you can now take home artifacts including stadium seats from the original Yankee Stadium. Call Yankee Steiner Collectibles at 800-759-SCORE There are many unique items which are the perfect addition to any Yankees fans collection. Contact Yankee Steiner Collectibles today at 800-759-SCORE or visit steinersports.com. Good fastball. Foul tip by Zimmerman. You cannot amplify enough how big this is. 3-0, as I mentioned, is high enough mountain to climb. You don't want to make it more than that as you go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Yankees have not had much success against this national staff over the last 2 games. The right-hander deals to Zimmerman. Fouled away, and the count 0-2. Nieves is at third, and Johnson is at first.
Saw Zimmerman hit a few off-speed pitches tonight. A slider from Jabba Chamberlain to right field, then a hanging slider he drilled to left center. If you're Robertson, make sure that curveball is down if you're going to throw it.
Breaking ball, strike 3. Zimmerman down looking. So Robertson survives the 2 walks. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Do the Yankees have a rally in their bones? Stay tuned. The Chevy Player of the Game is voted on by you, the fans, and the 2 of us here in the booth. Who is it, John?
Greg Stammen. He had an outstanding outing, the young right-hander for the Nationals. 6 1/3. Gave up 6 hits, struck out 2, but did not walk anybody. And right at this point in the game, he is in line for his first major league win. Your Chevy Player of the Game.
Oh, here's McDougal. His 15th game. He has a save. And that save came in last night's game. Yankees want to work walks. He has a walk per inning, and that is key.
12 walks in 12 innings, and we talked last night. He's got an outstanding arm. 95, 96, and really good movement. And this was the matchup last night. Robinson, Cano, and McDougal just came right at Robinson. Fastballs away with movement, and finally got the double play ball. Make him throw strikes.
It'll be Cano, Swisher, and Matsui. If anybody gets on, Posada, and then Jeter. Hard-throwing right-hander used to close for the Royals. And the pitch. Pours a fastball right over the middle of the plate. 0-1. Now, before last night, his last save was actually with the Kansas City Royals in 06. Then he moved on to the White Sox, and it didn't work there. They didn't like the fact that he didn't throw strikes all the time. Well, you keep taking a chance on an arm like this. Somebody who throws this hard, you think that you can harness him. Now, one thing that the Nationals have done, when Jim Bowden was the GM, he had a bunch of kids in the bullpen that just didn't know how to get outs. And when Mike Rizzo took over as the interim GM, he brought in all these veterans. He signed veterans for a low amount, guys that were out of the game, Tavares, Valone, McDougal, and Beimel, and he's hoping that they could get some outs and nail down some victories.
Yeah, they might not have the best stuff like they had in the prime of their career, but they've been there before. They've done it. They've gotten some big outs.
The 1-1. Ground ball, diving stop by Guzman. The long throw, not in time. Infield single for Cano. Boy, Guzman's had some series. That's Cano's 27th multi-hit game of the year.
Well, just like last night, Robinson Cano hits this ball hard. Guzman does a nice job going to his right and from his knees. Doesn't get a good handle, doesn't get a strong throwing arm. Robinson Cano leading off the ninth, an infield hit. And the Yankees have some life here in the ninth inning. This was last night. He hit this ball hard, but right at Guzman, an easy double play ball. McDougal gets a save.
Well, now let's see if the Yankees maybe could work a walk against McDougal. Cano's not going anywhere. Yankees need base runners right now. And the pitch to Swisher is low. If there's anybody on the Yankees that will have the patience to work a walk against McDougal, it's Nick Swisher.
Nick has been struggling lately, too. He has 2 hits tonight, so he's feeling pretty good about himself. But you're right, Michael. He's going to make McDougal throw the ball over the plate, does not chase pitches.
And you can see he's stepping out. He's ready to take a walk here. And he doesn't think that McDougal, I think that he's going up there thinking McDougal can't throw 3 strikes before he can throw 4 balls.
Yeah, well, he's definitely making him throw strike 1, which he did there. He's going to kind of force where he wants to see a pitch, see McDougal throw a strike. And the Yankees trying to survive here, trying to get a late rally and get out of here with 2 out of 3. We'll see if they can do it.
And the count 2-1.
97 miles an hour. Throws hard, has a lot of movement. A lot easier at bat for a left-handed hitter than it is a right-handed hitter. When the Yankees saw McDougal last night, he didn't mess around with Robinson Cano. It was all fastballs, so you can pretty much gear up for number 1.
The 2-1. Missed outside, 3-1.
McDougal looked like he wanted this pitch, but he yanked the pitch before inside, and then he goes down and away. You're not going to get those close calls. Home plate umpire Larry Vanover, if you don't prove you can consistently hit the strike zone.
Matsui on deck. And the 3-1. And grounded off the foot of Swisher, hopping around in some pain. And another full count for him.
Kind of surprised here. Nick Swisher took a big swing on the sinker baller, and he rolls right over the top. He got him in the right toe. Kind of surprised he took that big swing. I think this at bat, you're not going to be the tying run even if you hit a home run. You try to work your way on, work a walk, or make sure you get a base hit. Kind of got away with a big swing there.
Swisher's 64th full count of the season. McDougal deals. Grounded to short. There's one. On to first. It's a double play. Yankees down to their final out.
Nick Swisher goes the other way, right where you're supposed to do with that sinking fastball, but he hits it right at Guzman, kind of like last night. To his right a little bit, the good flip to Hernandez, and the jump athletic throw over to Nick Johnson. Another 6-4-3 double play. Just like last night's ball game, Nick Swisher not happy.
It comes down to Matsui to keep this alive. And a strike on the outside corner. So a day that was supposed to start at 1:07 first pitch. Here we are just after 9:30, exactly 9:30. A 5-hour and 26-minute rain delay. A game like this you want to win. It seems longer if you lose. And the Yankees are right there, about to lose if they can't rally. That one is driven out to left field and deep. Harris back, still back, and he makes the play. And the Nationals win this game 3-0. In the 9th inning, no runs, a hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. McDougal nails it down. Greg Stammen picks up his first Major League victory.